In case you were wondering, Biden condemned the Nashville bombing. And an Ohio cop was fired for politics because the victim was black. That's what I say. I'm speculating, right? This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It's Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. Stay tuned for hour 3. Jesse Lee will be right back. But first, Hake News, not fake news. By the way, after JLP, catch the Hake Report, thehakereport.com/show. Biden condemns the Nashville bombing and thanks first responders. Oh, gosh. This is according to the Epoch Times. Sleepy Joe said it on Monday at a press briefing after the Friday morning Christmas incident. Police officers responded early on Christmas morning to a call about gunshots being fired in downtown Nashville. Instead, they found a recreational vehicle, also known as an RV, parked outside an AT&T building on 2nd Avenue, broadcasting a message that a bomb would soon explode right there in Nashville, Tennessee. 6 police officers from the Nashville Police Department went door to door to evacuate residents, not restaurants, evacuate residents. This was early in the morning, by the way. The explosion was major, but no one other than the suspect, reportedly, later identified as 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner, died. And few injuries were reported. Authorities said Sunday they identified Warner's remains through DNA evidence. How? I'm not sure. They said that he perished in the blast, which was, it damaged over 40 buildings in downtown Nashville. Hey, Tony was right, 40 buildings. Damaged, though, not necessarily destroyed, including a major AT&T facility which triggered outages across Tennessee and in portions of nearby states. A motive is unknown at this time, and officials believe he acted alone. The mayor said it's not consistent with terrorism. But the mayor's a Democrat, so who knows? Earl mentioned this. Ohio police officer fired after fatal shooting of unarmed man Andre Hill. The Epoch Times reports Officer Adam Coy was terminated on Monday after body cam footage showed him fatally shooting 47-year-old Andre Hill, a very, very light-skinned black, last week, he was reportedly unarmed, holding a cell phone, but may not have been showing both of his hands, failing to administer aid in the first several minutes after the shooting. Columbia Police Chief Thomas Quinlan said in a statement December 28th, yesterday, that the evidence provided solid rationale for termination. Mr. Coy will now have to answer to state investigators for the death of Andrew Hill, Quinlan wrote. This is what accountability looks like, he added. Sounds like politics, phony. Columbus Public Safety Director Ned Pettis Jr., who is black, said in a statement that Coy was fired after hours after a hearing was held to determine his employment status. He put out a phony statement too. Hill's attorney, Andre Hill's family, that is, and their attorney, Benjamin Crump, that's right, Ben Crump, in a joint statement praised the decision to fire Coy. Ben Crump has been in Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and every phony black victimhood incident that you can think of almost. They said, among other things, we need to redefine a relationship between police and communities of color in which it doesn't turn deadly for a black person with a cell phone to encounter a law enforcement officer. Shut up, am I right? The sleazy mayor also mentioned potential federal charges from the U.S. Department of Justice, which anytime they're involved, it's not good, according to ABC News. So what happened? According to a police statement, that is, by Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther, a 45-year-old Democrat, sleazy, Officer Coy and another cop responded to a neighbor's non-emergency call after 1 a.m. last Tuesday, the 22nd, about a car in front of his house in the city's northwest side, Columbus, that had been running and then shut off and then turned back on several times. Sounds suspicious, right? Officers who arrived at the scene saw a garage door open and a man inside who then walked towards the officers with a cell phone in his hand while his right hand was not visible, the statement indicated. Coy fired his weapon, striking the man, later identified as Hill, who was taken to the hospital, pronounced dead several hours later, with the cause of death due to multiple gunshot wounds. No weapon was recovered at the scene, and a preliminary investigation showed Hill was visiting someone at the home, according to a statement. The same day of the shooting, the mayor was calling for him to be fired because no body cam wasn't on. I'm James Hake.